Fortune's Global News, coming to you on Fortune's Television. I am Hauwa'u Lere with the news, but first, the headlines. 20 states at flood risk, despite 620 billion naira intervention. NNPC donates 35 CNG buses to presidential initiative. On the foreign scene, Texas flood death toll passes 100. And on sports, Ajayi sets new meet record with 9.92 second win. Now the news in full. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has issued a flood alert for the month of July, warning that states including Sokoto, Lagos, Edo, Benue, and 16 others are at risk of experiencing flash floods. This came as the African Environmental Health Organization, climate change adaptation researchers, and members of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners, among others, lambasted state governments following the recent devastating flood that ravaged several states, calling for an intense scrutiny over the management of ecological funds and allocated of affected regions. Findings shows that despite receiving over 620 billion naira in ecological funds, many states seem ill-prepared to mitigate the impact of such disasters, raising questions about the effectiveness of these funds in enhancing environmental resilience and disaster preparedness. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has handed over 35 hybrid compressed natural gas powered buses to the Presidential Initiative on Compressed Natural Gas. During a brief ceremony held at the NNPC Towers yesterday, the group's CEO, NNPC Limited Bashir Ojulari, reiterated the company's commitment to support the federal government gas aspirations. The GCEO stated that the move was in line with NNPC Limited's efforts to drive the adoption of CNG as cleaner, cheaper, and sustainable fuel alternative. He added that the company has recorded significant progress on gas supply, infrastructure, distribution, and retail outlets. The African Democratic Congress (ADC) yesterday accused the presidency of plotting to destabilize the growing opposition coalition ahead of the 2027 general elections. This came on a day 3 aggrieved members of the party approached the Federal High Court in Abuja, asking it to sack the Senator David Mark-led interim leadership of the party. This is even as the immediate past national chairman of the party, Ralph Nosu, warned yesterday that the newly formed opposition coalition might collapse under the weight of clashing interest and political power because, if not properly managed. Meanwhile, former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, Mr. Babachir Lawal, yesterday quit the All Progressive Congress (APC). Similarly, former chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Katsina State, Salisu Lawal Uli, has officially announced his withdrawal from the PDP and declared his alliance to the coalition of Nigerian political groups under the umbrella of the AD. Malam Garba Shehu, spokesperson to former President Muhammadu Buhari, yesterday disclosed that there is no rift between his principal and President Bola Tinubu. Speaking on Trust TV's 30 Minutes, Shehu said claims of a fractured relationship between both leaders are speculative and not backed by any formal disagreement. He said Buhari remains committed to the All Progressive Congress, which brought him to power after 3 unsuccessful attempts. At least 70 members of the vigilance group were yesterday killed after bandits ambushed them at the Kukawa and Bunyun communities of Kanam local government area of Plateau State. Chairman of the vigilante group in Kukawa, Aliyu Bafa, who confirmed the incident, said the surprise attack on his team happened when a combined team of vigilantes from different formations in Wase local government area were on their way to identify bandits' hideouts. Narrating how the attack occurred, Bafa said the team ran into an ambush set up by the bandits, who were armed with sophisticated weapons and opened fire on the team, killing over 70 of them on the spot. Survivors of the Yelewata attack, currently taking refuge in temporary camp located at the International Market, Makurdi, have rejected the call to return home. About 3,000 displaced persons from the Yelewata community are currently taking refuge in the camp after the gruesome murder of about 200 people in coordinated attack on the community by suspected armed herders on June 13, 2025. Reliably gathered that traditional rulers and stakeholders from the community were mounting pressure on their people to return home as a result of infiltration of the temporary camp by other displaced persons. And on sports, Sola Ajayi extended his blistering sprint streak on Monday evening with a phenomenal 9.92 seconds dash to claim victory in the men's 100 meter at the Meeting International de Sotteville-les-Rhônes, France, busting from lane 5 at Stade Jean Adret with a reaction time of 0.156 seconds. The 20-year-old Nigerian left behind a stacked lineup that featured 5 sub-10 competitors. His performance shattered the long-standing mate record of 10.02 seconds set by Trinidad and Tobago's Kirsten Bledman in 2015 with a permissible tail. Veteran Cameroonian sprinter Emmanuel Esemi followed in 10.04 seconds, while Senegal's Mamadou Sarr clinched third in 10.10 seconds. On the foreign scene, the death toll from catastrophic flooding in Texas rose to more than 100 on Monday, as rescuers continued to grim search for people swept away by torrents of water. Among the dead were at least 27 girls and counselors who were staying at a youth summer camp on a river when disaster struck over the 4th of July holiday weekend. Forecasters have warned of more flooding as rain falls on saturated ground, complicating recovery efforts involving helicopters, boats, dogs, and some 1,750 personnel. President Donald Trump confirmed he planned to visit Texas on Friday as the White House slammed critics, claiming his cut to weather agencies has weakened warning systems. To end the news, a recap of the major stories. 20 states at flood risk despite 620 billion naira intervention. NNPC donates 35 CNG buses to presidential initiatives. On the foreign scene, Texas flood death toll passes 100. And on sports, Ajayi set new meet record with 9.92 seconds win. And that ends the news at this hour. On behalf of the news editor, Balara Balawal Zaria, I am Hauwa'u Lere saying bye for now.